Hello friends, welcome back to another Dinkum Build video. This is a special one. I got to work with the amazing Jersey Games. We collaborated on building a coffee shop on his very first Dinkum Island of Sketchville. Currently he's talking to the live chat while I'm back here knocking down this mountain. The live stream was about 4.5 hours long, and I trimmed the live stream down from the 4.5 hours to about 10-ish minutes, 11 minutes, which was quite a feat in and of itself. I gotta say, we interacted with chat quite a bit for this build. We had some photo inspiration that we were going off of, but we definitely engaged with the live stream chat, asking them, what colors look best. I did not put all of the color choices in because this video would have gone on forever if I had done that. So I basically tried to put all the things that we went with and were the end result. So if you don't see something that, you remember from the live stream, well, that could be why. If you didn't get a chance to watch the live stream, I'm going to link it down in the description below. It's a long one, I'll give you, but it was worth it, I think. But if you don't have time for that right now, you can definitely watch this speed build and get a good idea of kind of the process. Working with Jersey is a trip. I love it. He has very, very specific ideas on aesthetic and how he likes things, but luckily we share very similar thoughts and views on design, so it worked very well. I felt like it was a very symbiotic relationship, and we have very similar styles in a lot of ways, so I felt like we worked together well and made our two styles come together, what varying differences there may be. I was really excited to do this build with him. Coffee shop was kind of got a special place in my heart. My husband and I, our family really, started a local coffee shop here in our local downtown area back in 2011. And we sold it in 2021 after my husband had a heart attack, and we needed to simplify our life a little bit. So for 10 years, we had the local coffee shop downtown, and it's still in the family. We sold it to his brother-in-law. My brother-in-law, excuse me, not his, his brother, my brother-in-law. The family still has involvement in it. So building a coffee shop in Dinkum is just a no-brainer, really. And when Jersey was like, I want to do this with you, I was even more excited. So I was very happy to work on this collaboration with him. And all the iterations that we did in this build and just meshing our two creative our creative styles together, our creative flow, as you will. This was great. I had a great time working with Jersey, and I really can't wait to do it again at some point in the future. And I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you build something like this on your island if you can, and show us how you did it a little differently. I think that's always the best part of any kind of build, is when you inspire other people to do things and then they do it with their own spin. I feel like all the different perspectives and different styles just elevate everyone. So if you build a coffee shop on your island, be sure to let me know. Well, anyway, I'm going to let you guys enjoy this video, and I'll be back in just a bit. As y'all can see, there's a lot of trial and error in builds like this, especially when you go in without much of a plan. We had talked about what we wanted to do. I shared some pictures, and then that was about the extent of it. We both have very busy schedules and didn't really have a lot of time to meet and plan and talk over what we were going to do. So this was all completely just on the fly, other than the example pictures that we were kind of working off of that kind of gave us a basic idea, a starting point, if you will. But as you can see, there was a lot of trial and error. We'd do something one way, and then we'd come back through and change it up, and chat would be like, yeah, that's not looking good. And we were like, yeah, it's not looking good. And then we would try something else. Or chat would be like, that's really bothering me that y'all have it this way. Can we change it this way? And we would do it and change it up. And here we're discussing the little festoon lights and how they're kind of blocking the front of the building. And so it's just little things like that where you just kind of go over it and change it and see what's going to work and what doesn't. I think sometimes I get comments from people like, oh my gosh, you just do these amazing things. I could never do anything like that. And I was like, there's nothing really that I'm doing except experimenting. As you can see, we're just sitting here, trying things out. There's no special magical process. And, I want people to understand that there's no magic here. There's just try things. They don't work, do something else. I wanted to do something a little different here with the camera. I walked around holding the in-game camera to kind of give this like first person viewpoint of what it would look like. I've never done this in a video before, and I was like, I'm gonna utilize this. My friend April Honey, when she came over to help me build on an island that we're kind of doing for a live stream, she was like, hey, have you ever tried this? And I was like, no, I haven't. So I was like, I'm gonna try this in this build here and see what it makes, any kind of difference it makes. You can kind of see it as the character sees it. I wish I could do a little bit of a zoom out. The photographer in me is like, this is too tight of a shot. Or our characters are incredibly short. I feel like we're barely off the ground, right? Like it looks like we're just super stubby and short. But anyway, I was like, let's try this out. We hadn't finished yet, but he was doing something that I kind of had to wait on him to finish. And then I was like, well, I'm going to play around over here while he's doing that. Again, there's just some empty space behind the coffee shop we were trying to kind of fill in because at this point we'd been going for quite a while. It was definitely a marathon. But, when you go to work with Jersey, you're signing, you know what you're signing up for. He is a machine and definitely can go for a very long time when it comes to playing Dinkum and designing. And here we are at the final walkthrough, just kind of giving everybody this is where we ended up after 4.5 hours. What do y'all think? There was this fountain was hotly debated in the chat, by the way, that day. Y'all should go back and check that out. I was really happy with it. I think that we kind of pulled off the essence of the example pictures that we had and definitely, built something unique and different. I haven't really seen any coffee shops other than like little market stalls and things like that. So, it was nice to build an actual building and kind of give it this sort of French Parisian theme. I don't know that we actually had a particular theme, but, in mind, but that's kind of what it gave me after I finished with him and we were looking at it. I was like, this could be very European, sidewalk cafes and these wonderful lights and little courtyard. Just kind of gave me European coffee shop in some touristy town. So I don't know what you guys think, but I really loved how we were able to pull this off with no planning and make something beautiful. But, always with Jersey, that's pretty much how it goes. So, this is the final walkthrough of the coffee shop, guys. I can't thank Jersey enough for taking the time to work with me and collaborate with me. I had a great time hanging out with him and all of chat that day and making this build come to life. One of my favorite things about live streams is the incredible interactive quality that you have with the community at large, where you can build these things and get their opinions, and they'll have ideas that you didn't have, and it really makes it even better because there's some things that they see that you don't, and there's some ideas that they have that you may not have considered before. So yeah, I appreciate everybody who was in the live stream chat that day and gave us all these amazing ideas. and I hope you guys enjoy being a part of it. Well, that's pretty much going to wrap this one up, guys. I hope y'all loved it. I love it. I'm going to have to recreate it on my island. And as always, I hope you guys are kind to yourselves and kind to others. And always, always, we'll see you in the next one, guys. Thanks so much.